Hey, what's up everybody? XJoe81X here. Making this video on my Samsung tablet, which I have to make a review on, but this is the first video I'm making on my tablet. It's an 8-inch tablet, I think, 7-inch, whatever. So excuse me, I'm trying to hold it so it doesn't fall. So, at what point do you say, what the hell is he doing? Well, I'm laying on the floor. Look at that. Look at that look they do. What are you looking at? I'm laying at the floor. Here's the ceiling. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. So, I come home one day, and I say, what is this thing right here? Pretend the drywall's here. I said, I see this little thing right here. So I put my hand up there, and it's moist. And I put my finger, and my finger goes right through the drywall. I'm like, oh, and I go like this. I'm like, oh, it's so wet. So I get this area cleaned up. I move the cage, and I get this area. I do drop cloths. I tear this down. It turns out, as you can see, right in this area, that it was extremely wet. It had black fungus and everything. The very, very short version is that this is a lead elbow original to the house. Let's see if I can do this. Yes. That is the master bedroom toilet. You can actually see the drip eventually right there. I'll get up in a second. It's leaking. Plumber's coming. That's another video. And it turns out that this is all water damage. So at one point, everything was leaking, and it leaks over here, and this is the master bedroom shower pan. It's 2x4. This is the guest bathroom tub, which is obviously this way. There's the common wall right here, and this is the bathroom, and the sink is tied in with the stack up there that you don't see. So I gutted this as nice as I can. So there was a hi-hat here. Obviously, me being an electrician, I rewired the 3-way, and I put a better bulb. That's just there for now. I'll do recessed lighting, obviously, another time. And that's it. This is the return heat that goes around the house. The monoflow system comes around the house, goes in the garage, comes back down this way. Obviously, this goes to the master right here. This line right here goes to the other bathroom, and then that goes down the wall, down into the boiler room. This is the stove line because I have an electric stove. That's the tub in the guest bathroom. And this is the cold water feed for going upside down into the bathroom right behind me. And that's it. At one point when they remodeled this bathroom, this was the original toilet in the guest bathroom, which you can see the sweep. And the clay elbow coming down, lead elbow coming down. And then you could see that. Well, the original bathroom had the toilet right here, facing the window. Well, facing that way, but on the window. And they had the tub. This is the tub now. The tub was right here, and then the vanity was over here, which is still there, but just moved over. So instead of doing it right, according to certain plumbers, they make this rubber piece, which I'll get a better view, and the guy comes out. It's pitched, goes into something big, and then into the elbow. So let me get up without. Oh, okay. Oh, excuse me. Oh, ouch. I was actually in the middle of editing YouTube videos. Oh, dizzy. Oh, Julio from the schoolyard is here. Taking cleaning my grass. Masters. Okay, so now let me show you. Let's see if you can notice something. There's a fan here without ripping the fucking thing. Take a very good look, which you probably won't be able to see. Let me get my hands on this thing. Okay. Look. Ready? Not to be confused with the drapes, but there's a little bit of a bow. It's not pitched perfectly. So what happened is, excuse me, a couple of plumbers came in here and a couple of guys told me a couple of different things at a couple of different prices at a couple of different times, yada, yada, yada. Okay? Whoops, excuse me. So this has a technical name, the thing that you twist, okay? Which is also right here. Is a technical name at the thing you twist. I forgot what it's called. That's not supposed to be in the ceiling. This is also crooked. If you could take a moment, pause. This piece is just a little bit crooked. Let me try to put it in the bay. Okay? And you can see this pipe, oops, excuse me, this pipe right here is a little bit crooked. This is supposed to be all glued because, you know, this is a leaking point, which at one point, allegedly, before my time, it leaked right here. Because you're not supposed to have anything brown. And then the plumber says, do you have a problem with the toilet? I said, no. He says, well, this is like something we'll clean, but this is like basically shit that's dried up. He said, oh, okay, and this is 3 inches. And this is what's done now. And all this water damage is not current, it's all dry, and God only knows what had happened before I purchased this home 6 months ago. This whole thing is shit. My next door neighbor over there, five years ago, bought the exact same house, and he gutted the whole house. He found out that because this is installed like shit, and these two beams, I'm sorry, these two 2x4s, which I'm going to replace, but which are barely still there, this is very heavy. This 4-inch cast iron, very heavy. It sits on these two pieces of 2x4, and it sits on this thing. And the only reason it sits on this thing, which was installed because now it's holding up this elbow. This is not even original. This is all original. This wood. These are just added so you could, you know, shoot the drywall in. Obviously, it's, you know, this is added, but this is original. And the big no-no in the current code is you do not cut into floor joists. This is fine because it's a pipe, but look at that. You know, look at that. You know, this is the worst one. This is basically all gone. This is fun, if you could catch this. That's completely cracked right down here. This beam is doing nothing. Thank God there's a second beam, which I don't know if someone added, but I doubt, because it's the same color as the original beam, which means it was the original house. This is a load-bearing wall, which is a garage, and all these beams hold up the house from this wall, excuse me, from this wall to this wall. That's why the beams go this way. So what my next door neighbor did, he said that he came in like 6 feet, 10 feet, and he had to replace all these beams, and he doubled them from the garage all the way into the kitchen, and he got rid of his bow. I can't do that because my bathrooms upstairs are done, and they're finished, and they're very expensive. So I'm going to eliminate all this stuff this Thursday. I will tape. I just want to show you what it looks like now. Hopefully, please, you know, God willing, that I could tape this when they're done, and I could show you right here from this point of view that this is going to be PVC 3-inch, he said. They're going to get rid of this little notch with a knuckle at the end. He's going to come in with an elbow. He's going to go all PVC, and he's going to redo the trap. Oh, it was zoomed in. He's going to redo the trap, and then he's going to come and he's going to cut this all out. Sorry. He's going to cut this all out. He's going to cut this all out. I got wood. He's going to cut this all out. He might redo the pitch a little bit on this. He's going to cut this all out, and I'm going to have to take this down 2 feet. He's going to come in with a new plastic elbow, and he's going to tie this in. He's going to rip this all out. He's going to tie this in at a 45-degree angle, and he's going to repitch everything the best he can, because right now there's a belly right here. Let me see if I could show you that. Oh, okay. I thought the dog was chewing something. See if the beam, this is perfectly pitched. Excuse me, the tub is perfectly pitched at 1/8 inch every foot. It's going down. But then it's pitched down, which is great. But then it goes into this. But then this is pitched fine. If you look at the last 2 feet, let me see if I get the light. you could kind of see it really high over by this collar here. And then it's pitched into the house, which comes down, which goes underneath the slab, which makes a Y, which this bathroom is tied in onto the sink into the trap. So, physics. Okay, this shower water comes here. It makes the elbow. It kind of, and then now it's doing one of these because there's a belly here. You could see how this piece, this bracket is kind of down. And then it kind of sits there, but because of the flow, and when you flush, it eventually goes down the wall. But what's happening now is, I don't know if you can make this out because of lack of light. This is cut. This has corroded right here. This is the corrosion and the cut. Hit pause if you want. That's gone up. I've noticed, I don't have a flashlight, do I? Let's see. Oh, yes I do. I noticed right here, that's rotted away. Those are just holes. You know, obviously it's leaking. He says this is, you know, leaking piss and shit or just water. And obviously this is the drip. You know, and this is the bucket we use, and we empty it every couple of days. It's only been a week, but the leak, and these are like crazy lead fittings packed with like horsehair, and it's hammered in, and supposedly they don't leak. But there's a problem. The problem is this. This is the fucking air stack that goes in between the two walls that this sink is tied into. So the only thing he's going to have to do, which obviously things change when people come here, is that he's going to have to put a piece of wood here, and a piece of wood here, and a 2x4. This cannot go up and down, and he's going to cut it here, and put one of these like rubber things on, but obviously PVC, because this cannot move. Because the sink, here's the stack, for argument's sake, here's the wall, here's the stack, and the sink is pitched, you know, in the 2x4s into the stack, and the water comes down and flows out. So if you were to jack it up or jack it down, you would compromise the pipe. Now, if it moves a little bit, that's not a big deal. But he wanted to remove this piece, but he can't because there's beams. Who knows what's in it? So he's going to have to leave this piece. Obviously, there's some kind of airflow because you can see the spider webs moving. So obviously, there's some kind of flow where it's coming up and down. This theoretically goes straight up the wall, you know, out the ceiling. Excuse me, out the roof. So that's it. You know, I'll try to tape them when they're here. I don't like taping people. Some people get a little nervous. Some people say, what are you doing? I'm definitely going to tape when they're done. And I'm going to definitely, you know, extend my gratuities via YouTube if I like the job and I recommend the plumbers in the tri-state area. This is obviously just a bunch of shit that they did back in the day because that's what they did. It came up, it came down, it feeds the fan. This piece feeds the fan. So I made it work. I got rid of the switch leg up there, which is just a hole, which I'll patch. I put it in there. Just some people add things in the future and they don't take an extra time and make it look nice. This is a 2-gang for absolutely no reason. And that's it. We hardly use it. So thanks for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, leave your comments, concerns. And I definitely will be making a conclusion video, but I'll try to get maybe if they take a break or if one guy smokes. But the biggest problem is going to be is removing this thing because the guy says there's at least 1 or 2 inches of wastewater in there because the way it's pitched. So they're going to like get rid of the drapes. We're going to open the door. They're going to drop cloth the shit out of this. Obviously the couch moves. Obviously the cage moves. A lot of shit's going to move. So they're coming Thursday. Today is Tuesday. They're coming in 2 days. And that's it. So that's my dilemma. You know, knock on wood. It's one of the only things that have been happening since December. Today is July. No, excuse me. Today's August 3rd. I'm videotaping this August 3rd. It probably won't go up until almost October or September because of everything that I've been videotaping. But that's it. You know, guess the toilet is pitched a little bit. That's the toilet up there. Thanks for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.